dude, it's so far off track. I don't even know how I got here. But I wanted to show this to you earlier, Stu, when we were talking about being in the in-between. I've kept a journal for years, since I was challenged in 97 in a spiritual formation class. And I'm not a daily journal person, but I try to do it once a week. And I finally finished one a few weeks ago. It was right after Christmas, that I've been working on since February of 2017. And I went back to Flying M here in Nampa. That's my favorite coffee shop. And I found this journal cover. I don't know if it's glaring too much, but can you see it?
I can see it. Yeah.
This is such a fitting ending 2020, going into 21, and Jesus is in the bow of the boat. So what I'm going to do over the next few weeks or months or whatever, I'm in the boat, is I'm going to go take a nap next to Jesus and let whatever happens and just enjoy the ride. That's what I'm going to do.
Well, yeah, I don't know what to say to all of that. Obviously, there's a lot we can talk about in that respect. But yeah, what is the posture that we should take in this time? I saw a post, I think it was by, someone like Len Sweet, and one of the references, he wants to be like Jesus in this coming season. And one of it is, I want to learn to take naps associate with people that others don't, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But I think that, the church, needs some leadership as to what does a good Christian response look like in seasons like this. One of the things that is a starting point for me is always, I feel like when the people of God don't know what time it is, it's hard to know how to respond. And so there's a part of me that kind of goes, do we know what time it is? And then there's another part of it that has to do with, we are a storied people. So when we look at our scriptures and we approach it from the theological tradition we do, we're certainly not literalist, but there is a sense in which we feel like we're a part of this unfolding plan of God. So there's kind of always this redemptive hope in the back of our mind. But finding ourselves in the story is also a way of saying, hey, historically the church has been here and God has always been faithful. And what we need is a bigger story to find ourselves in, right? Yeah. We've always known that. But right now, the stories are small. It feels like it's big. Certainly when you watch news, it feels like this is the story. But for us who follow the risen Christ, there's something about time and place and who we are as people that is taken up in something far more cosmic and redemptive.
Yep.
That ought to kind of sometimes, I think, quiet the fears and the anxiety, and other times do more than that, kind of give us a sense of how we can live faithfully in dislocated times. And unfortunately, the stories that are shaping the actions of people are not necessarily the grand narrative of Scripture. And that's the competing narratives that we are hearing everywhere, from conspiracy theories to the hijacking of Christianity to meet particular objectives, to politicize agendas that parades itself as about justice and concerns for people's equality. I mean, and it feels generally for me very, very much messy. One of my friends posted online, just something that I thought was very Jesus-like, but was kind of hammered right away. And someone commented, "Hey, as a pastor, you should not be political." The reality is that the reality is that Jesus was political. And not in the sense that he started off with a political agenda, as much as, whenever you live the way of Jesus, it's going to go against the powers and structures and issues of our world that opposes the kingdom ethic. But our people lack, including, I think, our leaders, we lack the ability to articulate the Christian hope that moves us beyond the narrowness of our own wishes, wants, and perspectives. And I'm pivoting right back to where you started. Like, you know, life is to be bigger than us.
Yeah.
But when you have a religion that has been focused very much on my life, my rights, you know, the Christian calling to laying down one's life is the foundational starting point to embracing the bigger life. And whenever you have made it about me, then I'm going to read all of Scripture through the lens of my own experience, my own wishes, wants, my security, my rights. And it couldn't be clearer today, I think, that there is